and she is the executive secretary for the Creative Arts Agency. Now, she says Ghanaian songs now lack unique identity. Say yeah, hip life, say yeah, Afrobeat, that is what she is saying. Let me go straight to Christero. Christero, what do you think about this one? Our songs lack unique identity.
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Where unique identity means what?
Means we have nothing we are known for.
You are not just doing for doing sake. Okay. It is business now. So you need to create the sound that people accept, people acknowledge. That is what we are talking about. And I don't think that the Ghana music has lost its identity. You see, music is dynamic. Even with our high life music, it started from somewhere.
Okay.
Compare the high life songs of K. Nimu and Dr. Pabubo and all those people to that of Ofuria Ponsan, Da Dilumba, Nana Champon, Da Sebre. Just compare it. We call all of these songs, I mean, the songs from them, we call them high life or Boga high life. They are still high life. And then those ones too from those people, K. Nimu, and they were also high life. Even Sibisa and those people, they also did high life. But the sound evolved. It changed with time. Even Shatawale's My Level is a high life song. Winning high life song of the year at the VGMAs. And so I don't think our identity has shifted. No. We still have it's easy. It's the African rhythm. The Jamaicans were doing reggae. They brought in the dancehall, but it did not lose its Jamaican identity because you still, you see, sometimes it feels it's in there. So I don't think that the Ghanaian sound has changed. Our identity has changed. No, we still have it. Even the ones that we call how do you call it? The Afro fuse and then the Afro beat. Some, and in fact, a lot of them have the high life rhythm, underneath. So I don't know if
they might have that in there, but then the musicians fail to identify the song as high life or hip life.
You see, when I saw that statement, I was still struggling. I was even struggling to understand what she meant in the first place, in the sense that what has been our identity? What has been,
which we know
what
as
has
high
been,
life
because
or
it
hip
says
life.
Now, you understand? So which one has been our identity? Is it the sound? Is it the lyrics? Is it the, which one particularly is she talking about?
But now, if you talk about Nigerians, you know them for Afrobeat.
Yes. Like even this Afrobeat, some of the songs they do there is high life, but they call it Afrobeat.
Exactly.
And even our guys here, some of the songs they do, they are high life songs, but we call them Afrobeat. Look at Palute's Aseda. How are you going to categorize that one? Is it Afrobeat?
Hip life.
Is it hip life or is it, how do you call it, high life? It still has some Ghanaian sound in there, Aseda, and it's a recent song. Listen to Makoma, the one we just discussed. Listen to Makoma. And listen to King Promise's favorite story. I don't think that we have moved away from our original sound, because if you try to say that we have moved away from our original sound, then we have to go back to K-Nimo or Ko-Nimo. Yeah, that is where we need to. But we cannot be there always. Music evolves. Music is dynamic. So with time, things will change. We cannot stay at one place at the same time. You understand? Even the Nigerians, look at the way they are doing the one we call the Afrobeat now. You can't tell me that the Afrobeat they are doing now is just like the one Fela Kuti did. No. There are differences. And so with time, things change and things will keep on changing. And even with the ones we are doing now, I'm sure it will evolve at a certain point in time. We cannot be static, and it can never be static when it comes to music. Yes, but I understand where we need to, have the original identity in there, I don't have any problem. But we cannot stay at one point all the time.
Okay, we cannot stay at one point all the time. Now, Willie, do you think Ghanaian songs now lack identity?
Well, I believe we don't lack identity. Our issue is we've all joined a train where when music changes, we also find a way of changing our style of music. Now, when Cristello was speaking, he started. I almost said Cristello.
His name?
Cristello. Some people call me.
Which people don't?
Maybe I won't kind of mess up with me. Cristello. I said stereo.
It's not stereo.
It's what?
Stereo. Just call him Chris.
Oh, Chris. Pastor Chris.
Yeah,
Pastor Chris. When he was speaking, he initially said, you see, before there was palm wine music.
Yeah.
Abasi High Life. Then transition, we saw Boga High Life. From there, we saw Hip Life. From Hip Life, we saw crank music. From crank to Azonto era. From Azonto to the current Afrobeat we are all enjoying. But the truth of the matter is, the change of African music, today I'm saying this, the change of African music, the whole Afrobeat thing, started with Joey B's Tonga. That particular song there, pom 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 pom, ran through every Afrobeat song, even as at now. Every Afrobeat song you've listened to as at now has that element. That's like the basic element. So when it got to that level, I was like, okay, this is the music the world is accepting at the moment. So let's do it. When you go deep down, there are still guys who are doing perfect high life. People who are doing unique music. If you look at this guy, the guy who is always with Manifest, Walasi. If you look at Walasi, his music is unique. His music is unique. So if Akan was the name that came straight. Akan. All these people have unique styles. So if the government is looking at projecting a different side of music or a different part of our creative art, why don't you focus on them too? Look at Rihanna. Her style is so unique. Are you sober? It's not like they are there. Atongo. But in the country itself, the ones who are getting hits are people whose song they are following the trend. What is happening all over the world. So their own would always be there. But the people you feel they are unique and you want to project Ghana, why don't you also give them the support they deserve? Give them the support where if you are talking about Ghana music, Rihanna is the face for probably Dondo music. There's Walasi for traditional. You understand what I mean? All these people are there, but just because they've not gotten the platform to make it public or publicize it, they don't know. So I feel like she didn't do her research well before she made that statement. Because if she really researched well, she wouldn't come and tell us that, our music doesn't have an identity. It has. But just that we are all following a trend that's a global thing. That's why even in the hip-hop world, most of the boys who do hip-hop and R&B and the rest are now doing Afrobeats. Chris Brown is doing a lot of Afrobeats as of now. Beyonce came and did a full Afrobeat album in Africa. Okay. So it tells you it's a wind that's blowing. So if you are an artist and you want to also go through that, you can go through that. But if you want to champion our own cause, the ministry should look at artists like that and project them so we would have a unique sound as a country. So
now if someone is talking about Ghanaians or Ghanaian music, we are known for Afrobeat.
We are in Africa. So Africa, what's dominating now is Afrobeat.
Afrobeat.
Yes, Afrobeat is not for a country.
Okay.
Let nobody lie. The last time I was watching Zab Mallet have an interview and he said Afrobeat is just a bit of high life with some small shakers in it. That's what makes it sound unique. It is the same as our high life, just that they've added a few shakers to it. That's why the song, you feel like, hey, where did I do? It's just a little change. So every music has a base, and most of them started in Ghana here. So if you're talking about Afrobeat, it's a global thing. So in Africa, that's why it terms with Afro. In Africa, that's why I feel even Dama Piano and the rest are all subgenres under the Afrobeat.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean?
I do.
Exactly.
All right. Let me move straight to Bramens. Bramens, what are Ghanaians known for when it comes to music?
So as it stands now, I think, as Wole said, it's the Afrobeats that is running through. but ideally, we should be able to say that it is a high life, okay. But even that notwithstanding, I feel the Afrobeat itself is more like a baby from the high life genre. You understand? Yes. So for me, that statement that she made, I feel is neither here or there, because no, we haven't lost our identity. It's unfortunate that we are doing that thing that we are doing, but we are giving it another name.
Okay.
You understand? Because most of the Afrobeat songs that we are hearing, everything, some of the songs I would say Afrobeats Nimpona. You hear this one, you know that this one Nimpona is like high life, a typical high life song. You understand? So for me, I feel that no, we haven't lost our identity. It is just an evolution that has happened. Okay. And that evolution is now a commercial evolution that is running through, it's a global thing.
Okay.
And you don't do music. See, me, I would even advise any musician, don't do music just for passion. Combat deal. So look at how commercial you can make your music. You can have the passion, but then you should be able to commercialize that passion.
People they still do music because of passion?
Oh, it's possible.
Oh, okay.
It's possible.
Okay.
It's possible. You understand? But then, as I'm saying, you should be able to commercialize that passion.
Okay.
And if the trend now is Afrobeats, I mean, it still does. It's not far from. I mean, our identity is Africa, right? And we are Africans. So if Afrobeats, which is African beats, I don't know if I am wrong, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
African beats.
African beats.
You understand? So basically, if you listen to any Afrobeat song, you can tell it is an indigenous. I mean, programming or whatever, you can tell that this is something that is unique to Africa. If you listen to hip hop songs, you can tell this is hip hop.
Yeah.
And now even some hip hop songs even have traits, you know, of our Afro beats and you know the African instrumentations and stuff.
Afrobeat. Chris Brown
Yeah.
is doing Afrobeat.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm even talking about those who are doing. You see,
No, but even the Afrobeat you're talking about is in two forms, so people
Yes.
don't know.
Okay.
There is the Afrobeat without the S,
And then
that's
we have
Yeah.
that's
Then-
the
yes.
fella,
Yes,
the
yes,
proper
yes.
juju
That's
music,
the-
those
yeah.
people.
And
And
then
there
with
is
the one with
Afrobeat
the
with
S.
the S.
With the
That's
S.
the modernized
Yes.
bit.
And if you look, anybody who has done hip hop, like you follow hip hop culture, you follow the hip hop culture, you realize that it straight leads even to some parts of Africa, because
Yes.
hip hop near the you know those days when we used to listen to hip hop, we used to follow the
But
culture
it
itself.
is rap, rhythmic African
Exactly.
poetry. That is
You
the full meaning
understand?
of rap,
Yes.
rhythmic African poetry.
Okay.
You understand? So, I mean, it is not a loss of identity, it's an evolution. And I think that is what you should understand. Yes, I feel that we should be able to project the high life more, because that is one of the things that we can label as, you know, something that can be pinpointed to us geographically. You understand? But that notwithstanding, I mean, we are all Africans, so there's nothing like loss of identity when it comes to our music.